Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Coffee Talk. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. Let's go ahead and jump on into the game. Friday, October 2nd, 2020. The Evening Whispers is with the people for stricter gun laws. New healthier Fury sedative might be available sooner. Action video game Rising Hell blamed for violence in school. Welcome. Bailey's. Good evening, Mr. Bailey's. Evening. Am I the first customer tonight? You are. That's new. Freya's not here? She said she's coming later tonight. Got something to do with meeting some fellow writer friends. Why not do it here? It's your favorite place, right? Her friends have visited this place from time to time, just not as much as her. Writers gathering, huh? I wonder what writers talk about when they're hanging out. I've known them for some years now. She has this habit, you know. If she said they're friends, it means they're just hanging out normally. But if she said they were writer friends, they're probably talking about work, either giving each other feedback on their latest drafts or sharing and validating ideas. Interesting. They even use code words for meeting up. Oh, it's not like that. She doesn't even realize that's what she says. I just picked up on it. That's even more interesting. Are you always so observant? It's part of the job. Why's that? People come here every day. Some of them aren't as talkative as others, but their body language can be loud and clear. It can tell you a lot of things, whether they need a friendly ear or just want to be alone. It applies to what they're ordering as well, because, you know, sometimes what people want is not what they need. That's deeper than I would have thought. So, what are you reading from me now? I won't say. Why? That would break the charm. Ha ha ha. The hell was that? I guess I can say this much. Whatever I say or do to our customers, it's always related to what I'm getting from their body language. Including our interaction now? Including our interaction now. Man, now I see why you didn't want to share. Even that was enough to make me feel like I'm naked in front of you. By the way, I haven't ordered anything. What are you having tonight? Hot chocolate, with ginger and cinnamon. I heard that's a good drink for a bitter heart. Maybe. Okay, let's read today's Evening Whispers. Let me just go through here and get rid of this so it's not sitting on our phone. Okay. Happily Ever After, Ever After, Ever After, Part 1. Oh, this is really long. Okay. Do I want to grow old with you? No, I don't want to do that. But do I want to be with you here in this moment, stuck in eternal limbo, in an infinite loop of this exact hour forever? Hell yeah, I do. That's probably the last time Romeo remembers having a really meaningful conversation with Juliet. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, dear readers. Just like any other story, this one also has a beginning, and it begins with an introduction. Romeo is a young man of 20. He comes from a quite conservative, but not yet out-of-touch family. In other words, they're just like almost every other family in the world. He hates the name his parents gave him, and he hates it even more knowing that his life so far is fulfilling all the cliches of his fictional namesakes. Falling in love with a girl named Juliet is really just icing on the cliched cake. Juliet is a young woman of 20. She also comes from a quite conservative but not yet out of touch family. In other words, they're also just like almost every other family in the world. She loves the name her parents gave her, although she hates the fact that her life so far is fulfilling half of the cliches of her fictional namesakes. Falling in love with a boy named Romeo is unfortunate, but she has no plans to die stupidly over it. Both of them study at the same university, and they're definitely not the type of people who'd naturally choose to be friends. Fate, however, in the form of a hip, young lecturer with an over-enthusiasm for assigning group projects and an unfortunate sense of humor, is what brings them together. A simple group assignment is what introduces our young Romeo and Juliet to each other. Even after their first fated meeting, and the many, many more meetings required to finish the assignment, there's no sign that Romeo means anything more to Juliet than a friendly acquaintance she's spent a lot of time in the library with. Nor, honestly, does she mean that much more to him. In fact, after she made an ill-judged joke about the literary elephant in the room, she probably means significantly less. But as time goes on, and as the group assignments keep coming without the lecturer ever assigning new partners, Romeo and Juliet become closer. They both begin to see things in the other that they hadn't noticed before, though for Romeo, that fact is rather frightening. How could I fall for somebody like her, and named Juliet no less? I can't accept it. My mind's just playing tricks on me. Again and again, around and around, his thoughts chase themselves whenever he sees her. The day is Monday, and Romeo has a class he needs to attend. However, something is different. Normally a relatively anxious fellow, he finds going to a class requires a lot of willpower. Today, however, he finds himself hurrying to get there. He knows why, of course, but he refuses to admit it to himself quite yet. The first thing Romeo does when he opens the door is to look at a specific table, the table where Juliet always sits. To his unacknowledged disappointment, the table is empty. Fuck, he mutters Romeo under his breath. He doesn't curse because Juliet is not there, of course. Rather, he curses because noticing this was the first thing he did upon entering the room. After sitting in his usual place, Romeo reopens his book and begins reading. Every time someone opens the door, Romeo turns immediately to look and quietly whispers a curse. Again, he is not cursing because he is disappointed it is not Juliet who enters. He is cursing because he turned to look. A few minutes before the class begins, Juliet finally arrives, announcing herself and her friend with a braying laugh as she does so. That sound used to be one of the most annoying sounds in the world, at least as far as Romeo was concerned, but today it brings a small smile to his face. Fuck, curses Romeo again after he realizes he just smiled at the sound. Is Romeo in love? He probably is, but he doesn't want to admit that. Falling in love with Juliet is dangerous, extremely dangerous. They come from completely different backgrounds, they have different skin colors, and they worship different gods. He has no problem with interracial relationships. Of course he doesn't, but he never expected it to happen to him. This simply will not do. I need to talk to you. Romeo looks up. Juliet is standing over his table. Her jaw is set, but her eyes are worried, and he completely forgets all about his own problems. What's up? He asks. Can you keep it a secret? It's really important. Sure, I guess I can. Good enough, because I really need someone to talk to. So Juliet sits down and begins telling her story to Romeo. She talks about the problems she's been facing over the past few months, how they affect her study, about how he's not the first person she's talked to about this, on, and Romeo listens to every word. Eventually, Juliet stops talking and sits quietly. Romeo thinks that she looks somehow lighter than she did before she began talking. He doesn't know how to react to what she told him. He tries giving her some advice, really stupid advice, he thinks as soon as he said it, but he believes it's probably much better than just listening and nodding and watching her walk away. He doesn't think he wants her to walk away from him. He thinks about this. One thing is for sure, Juliet trusts Romeo as a friend. They've shared a secret now, even though Juliet has shared the same secret with others before him. This still makes Romeo happy. So damn happy. How pathetic am I being happy because someone I like came and told me she's not? Romeo thinks, and then shakes his head like a dog shaking off water. After sharing everything she had wanted to share, Juliet starts talking about lighter topics. Soon they are joking freely, the dark mood of earlier almost completely dissipated. Just before Juliet leaves, Romeo asks her something. Why did you tell me all that? Well, I don't really know. I think I can trust you, and you're one of those rare few people who can talk to people directly without sugarcoating everything. It's refreshing. She shrugs. I guess that's why. What Juliet said is true, but Romeo finds it amusing that even though he normally speaks directly to everyone he knows, he can't do that with Juliet. He is not himself when she's around, or so he believes. After that conversation, Romeo falls even more helplessly in love with Juliet. It's stupid, he thinks, as someone who rarely falls so hard for anyone, but Juliet is driving him crazy. And the fact that she makes him feel the closest thing to love he's felt in years, yet a big wall of cultures, norms, and other societal traditions stands between them, hurts him even more. That is, of course, if Juliet is even into him anyway. As weeks go by, Juliet and Romeo become closer. They start telling each other stories more often, but all of these stories are limited to their courses, their friends, and anything at all besides their feelings for each other. She's not into me, she's just an extrovert, she's friendly with everyone, Romeo keeps thinking, and it's when he's thinking about that suddenly Juliet comes and sits at his table. So, you said you wanted to tell me something. It's true. He has already sent a message to Juliet, telling her he wanted to talk about something. Oh wow, diving straight in. It's nothing all that important, actually, says Romeo. Come on, it's not like you to be so indirect about things. What's wrong with you, boyo? Romeo actually called Juliet to talk about her attitude recently. She's been weird, at least in Romeo's eyes, and it feels like she's getting farther away, removing herself from many student activities she'd usually partake in. Juliet answers all his questions, all his thoughts and concerns about how she seems to be removing herself from all other side activities she manages to shrug off or easily explain. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm obsessing over every single thing she does, thinks Romeo, while a pit opens up in his gut at the thought. Is that all? Anything else you want to say? She questions him. Fair is fair, after all. Do you know that I used to like you? The words come out from Romeo's mouth, out of the blue. He's horrified, even as he recognizes that it's a lie. He still likes her now. He doesn't even know why he's decided to confess his feelings right at this random moment. Never mind why he confessed with half a lie. It wasn't planned at all. But when he heard Juliet say anything else, well, it's definitely one thing Romeo has been planning to say to Juliet for the last few thousand eons, or as normal humans measure time, since around 8 months ago. Sorry about the weird cut. I had a lot of things just going right now. My husband was texting me on his break. The trash guy was picking up the trash, so Penelope was going crazy. She has this thing where she thinks that it's always like an Amazon truck, and she freaks out and barks because she knows somebody's gonna ring the doorbell. Penelope's my dog, by the way. But yeah, so we're back into the game. Let's go ahead and continue. Okay. Yes, I read that part. Alright, so Juliet shows a flash of surprise and then says, No, I had no idea at all. Why? Why what? Why do you like me? Or did you like me? I mean, there must be a reason. Oh, of course there is. Romeo opens his mouth to tell her and pauses. He blinks slowly and closes his mouth again. Or not. I don't know. I think there is, but I'm not sure. Ugh, I'm sorry, I'm talking gibberish. Juliet does not respond to that. Romeo doesn't even dare to look at her directly, but he can see out of the corner of his eye that she looks dumbfounded. He takes a breath and opens his mouth again, hoping for a lightning strike, divine inspiration, or instant death. He isn't picky. Okay, I see you as a really strong person, okay? You have a big girly side, but you're also a really strong, independent person. Okay, I get the girly part, but what makes you think I'm strong? Well, just look at how you work with all of your assignments and organizations. I definitely could never deal with everything as well as you do, ever. Oh, come on, everybody has something that they're good at. You can do things I can't, that's pretty normal, you know? I know, but still, I'm not sure. That's probably what attracts me to you the most. When he says that, Romeo tries looking at Juliet, just for a moment. He saw a twitch of a smile on her lips, but dared not even hope. He ascribes it to his imagination instead. "So, what's next then?" asked Juliet. "To be honest, I don't know. I said this because I can't keep hiding it forever. I needed to say it to you even though I know it's impossible for me to ask you out, considering all the differences between us." Juliet pauses. "Oh, of course. So that means that she wants you to ask her out?" "You don't need to say anything though. I just needed to get it out of my system. That's all I wanted to say." "Well, okay then. I have something else to do. You don't have anything more to say, right?" No, that's all." Juliet nods and says goodbye, then quickly walks away. After Juliet leaves, Romeo lets out a heavy sigh. "Good work there. That's one hell of a lot of old baggage I just let go, and a whole hell of a lot of new baggage I replaced it with." Here's an interesting fact about a Romeo. During the whole conversation, he hadn't been able to keep himself from shaking. It's an old habit that he just can't let go of. To his relief, they'd been sitting during the whole conversation, so he could hide his tremor. Still, even though he feels intense relief after telling Juliet about his feelings, his hands are still trembling. He has to wait a couple of minutes before he can walk away himself. So now, after Romeo's long-awaited but ultimately useless confession, what's next for our Juliet and her Romeo? Funnily enough, neither she nor Romeo ever mention it again, at least not to each other. Romeo did eventually tell some of his friends about his feelings for Juliet, but what about Juliet? Romeo didn't know anything about how she was coping with this revelation. He expected that she'd probably told some of her friends as he had told his. But that doesn't even matter, he tells himself. We're not meant for each other anyway. Watching from the outside, nothing seems to change between them. They still talk about their classes, about their friends, about shows they've watched and books they've read. But they never ever mention again the time when Romeo revealed his feelings to Juliet. At first, Romeo had a thought that confessing his feelings would mean letting go of a big boulder inside his heart. As it turned out, it only transformed the boulder into a restless rock monster asking for more. Eventually, he realizes letting Juliet know about his feelings isn't enough. He needs to have her. He wants to hold her tight. He wants to stare into her eyes and tell her he loves her to Pluto and back. He wants to hear her say, "I love you too." He wants to kiss her. He wants to run away with her to a place where no one cares about their differences and just sees them as a cute couple in love. He wants to do all good things in life together with her. And more than anything on this earth, he simply wants her. Oh, that's so cute. Oh. Pluto's not a planet anymore, though. All sad. The feeling is killing him. How could she be acting normally after that revelation? Does it mean his feelings mean nothing to her at all? The peak of his emotions comes one day when our hero is falling asleep. Suddenly, his body is drenched in sweat, his heart beats too fast, and his thoughts only run to one thing: Juliet. He wants, nothing so prosaic. He needs Juliet. He doesn't care about anything else, about the traditions, about their families, about anything. There's only one thing he needs to do tomorrow, and that is to confess his feelings, again, to Juliet. This time, however, he is going to ask her out. If she feels the same way, he will ask her to just give it a try and fight the world together. He resolves that he is going to take a deep breath of faith. He resolves that he is going to take a leap of faith, and it will be the first thing he does the next time they meet. To be continued. Okay, that was sweet. Man, Freya is like writing a lot. Okay, so back to our drink. He wanted a hot chocolate with ginger and cinnamon. Bitter heart. Here you go. You're a pretty romantic person, huh? Spending extra time decorating this drink. Does he know that spent like maybe 30 minutes on pause. Only for special people and special drinks. Say, Sophie, tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Anything. How old are you? Old enough to open a coffee shop. Hahaha. Oh man, I guess I should say sorry for asking that. It's alright, but that's the only answer I can give. Now you're making me wonder what I should ask next. Well, somebody's here, so you can. Oh, what's going on with her? It looks like she's a zombie. Hello, everyone. Why are you both looking at me like that? Freya, you look horrible. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to echo our dear barista. Yeah, you do. What happened? You'd be better asking what didn't happen, because the answer would be proper sleep and decent progress on my draft. You need to rest. And miss my deadline? Hell no. Sorry, Baileys. I won't be able to keep you company, because I have to finish this thing, and for that, I'll need a whole hell of a lot of espresso. Are you sure about that? You really should just rest. Get something to help you sleep. Espresso! Please. Yeah. She definitely needs something. Okay, so... Oh, Freya. She looks terrible. I don't want to do this. You really need to have a rest, Freya. Just give me the damn espresso. Okay. This'll keep me from falling asleep. Ugh. How was the meeting? It was pretty good. I got a lot of good advice, but that also means things. And not a small number of them, mind you, need to be rewritten. Oh. It's not that bad. Rewriting is part of the process. It's just... She didn't fall asleep. Nope. I'm going to my usual corner. Thanks to your coffee, I might make it through the night. Should I have not given her that? She looks horrible. She does. But don't worry about her. She'll finish it. This isn't the first time she's acted like this? No. But this time, the stakes are pretty high. So, what brings you here today? I'm not even sure myself. I had no plan tonight, and this place just came to mind, out of the blue. I'll have to thank your subconscious then. I guess you should. Lua? Lua! Oh, not sure whether I should thank it or not, though. Hi, Lua. Hi, Baileys. This is awkward. How... Oh. You first. No, you first. That's awkward. I was just gonna ask, how are you doing? I'm fine, thanks. How about you? I'm good, yeah. Aww. Huh. I think I need to order something first. Oh, of course. Go ahead. Hi, Sophie. What are you having this evening, Miss Lua? Gingerbread coffee, please. Oh, God. Gingerbread coffee? So to be milk and then cinnamon? Let's try. That sounds pretty good. Milk cinnamon coffee. No. Coffee. Oh, I think I did that. Coffee cinnamon milk. No, that's not gingerbread. Try coffee, ginger, cinnamon. Okay, gingerbread coffee. Here it is. Thank you. My grandma used to make this drink for me. It reminds me so much of her. It reminds me of when I was growing up with my family. How's work? It's going pretty okay. You? I'm not taking any new jobs on at the moment because, well, you know. Yeah, I get it. You have enough in your savings, right? That's a very Lua thing to ask. But yeah, I do. Thanks to that last annoying job. It went well in the end? It kinda did. They paid me on time at least. And the pay was amazing. How long are you planning to take a break for? I don't know. Until my problems are settled, I guess. And what problems are those? I'll tell you this, but don't tell anyone, okay? Not even Sophie, who's standing in front of us? Not even Sophie. Okay, so there's this girl. I love her. We've been going out for a few years, but I'm not really sure where we stand now. How can you not be sure? We had an argument about a week ago. It wasn't anything new, but somehow things escalated uncontrollably. Why is that? I assume both of us were just tired, knowing that we're fighting against centuries of tradition. We haven't really talked since our last fight. Leaving things unresolved is not a good idea, but I can't bring myself to start the conversation. Why? Even I'm not sure about that. Pride, maybe, or tiredness, or knowing that chances are we won't be able to find the best solution for everyone anyway. Bailey's. I have a question. Go ahead. What do you think she's feeling right now? To be honest, I don't know. She's not like me, that's for sure. Thankfully. Why? At least it won't affect her personal life that much. I'm glad I'm a freelancer. It means I can just take a break from work without so many problems. I'm not a professional as her, you see. I think you're wrong. Really? If I were her, I would find it difficult to live life as usual, but I'd put on a lot of masks just to hide the feelings I was going through. That sounds difficult and uncomfortable. It is. But a friend told me once, you gotta do what you gotta do. He must be a pretty cool guy. He is. Y'all need to get back together. What's next for us, Baileys? I don't know, Lua. I met some new people this week, including that supermodel. You knew? That girl in the corner told me. Yeah, including that supermodel. And how does that make you feel? Like a fool. What? He said a lot of things that I've been trying to avoid thinking about. A lot of truths. He's a bit like you know. Attitude-wise. You'd get along with him. Doubt it. Opposites attract, but similarity breeds contempt. Ever heard that before? A lot. From a certain hipster elf. And after listening to that guy, what's your stance on, us? I'm not sure, Baileys. What about you yourself? Had any similar experiences this week? I have, in fact. You met a vampire, and I met a werewolf. Hehe. What are the odds? What are the odds indeed? What did your werewolf say? Not much, to be honest. But he made a good point about the importance of family. Baileys, I know I've been stubborn about you wanting me to make peace with my family, and I know why that's very important for you. But Freya said something that kinda hit me hard. What was it? I was just using you as an excuse to escape my family, when I actually want to do that anyway, for myself. You know me, Baileys. I do. And you know how I feel uncomfortable with people leaving their families, which makes me an asshole, I guess. I get why you think that way, Lua. Blood is thicker than water. What should we do? Lua. Yes, Baileys? Please let me leave my family. I'll try to get your family to accept me. That sounds like the easier thing to do after all. But you'll lose your immortality. You'll be an outcast among other elves. An outcast from a bunch of overly pretentious people? Sounds great. You'll live a long time, but you won't have the perfect health and perfect life that's the elven privilege. But it's not a perfect life without you. What if our relationship doesn't last? You'll have lost everything. You'll blame me. Lua, I will never blame you for anything. If we're talking about who I used to be, that guy would never have blamed himself. 100 reasons for why something failed, but never anything to do with him. But that won't happen to us. You know why? Because I've learned so many things by being with you for 10 years. It made me a better person. So you don't need to worry about any of that. Because right now, you're the most important part of my life. I don't need an immortal life. Because without you, it won't be a life worth living. Baileys, I believe in you. Aww. Da, 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 da. Kiss. Aww. Lua. Achievement unlocked. Love of my life. Aw, that's so cute. Baileys. I feel like we're living in a soap opera. It seems so. So what's our plan? Tomorrow's Saturday. Are we going on a date? I'm going to my parents' place. Oh. And I want you to come with me. What? That's so sudden. Did you already have plans for tomorrow? Well, no. It's just, I'm not prepared to meet them. You'll be fine. You don't want to tell them about this first? It'll be all right. Well, they never forbade you from dating each other? They never forbade you from dating other races? They're not big fans of elves, that much is true. But you can prove them wrong. Okay, this could be a good first step. It is. It's set then. I don't know what'll happen tomorrow, but we can think about it and anything else later. I'm with you on that. So, does that mean you don't mind me? I had my doubts, but now I'm sure. I can trust you. Lua, thank you. Are you still staying at Farron's house? Yeah. You're staying with me tonight. Huh? What about your roommate? And they were roommates. She's away for the weekend, taking a long weekend getaway until Sunday night. Fate is on our side, it seems. Hey, Sophie. Yes? We're leaving. Thank you so much for keeping up with us this past week. The pleasure was mine. We're off then. See you. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Come again. Is Freya okay? Hey, look, she looks normal. That was pretty intense. Oh, you're back in real world. I just pretend not to notice. They're like one of the main reasons why I'm writing this story. So I have to see their struggle through till the end. It's important for the writing, you know. That's cold. What? It's not like that. It's just that... Yeah, that was cold. I'm sorry. You look better than before, though. For now. I can't tell you how I feel until it's done. And I don't... It's Gala! Oh no. Whoa! Freya, get over here. This wolf? Is that him? I think so. Welcome, sir. Are you crazy? You can't treat a werewolf in a fury like a normal customer. Trust me, he must have his reasons for coming here. You can relax, sir. Do you need anything? Something to calm you down, maybe? He's gonna go rah. Oh yeah, he's gonna need a tea milk ginger. Just calm down, okay? Drink this. Gala had a fit. Here's your... Please just drink it. Okay, I'm just gonna wait. Here we go. He's calming down. We left. What the hell? Is that really him? After seeing the reaction to the drink, 100%. Well, whoever he is. This place survived. Thankfully, yes. But I think I need to close up shop early. Don't want to cause any more ruckus. And I need to clean up some of the mess anyway. Good idea. Can you get back alright by yourself? I'll manage. Take care on your way back. You be careful too. See you tomorrow. See you. Wow. Black magic. Sweet, cool, and magically wakes you up. Okay. Well, that was very intense. I did not expect that to happen. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Coffee Talk. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!